4 games on Saturday at Sac High for the Optimist All-Star Games. We start with the small school girls game, the North playing with just 5 players total, and the South pouncing in the first. West Campus Leilani Edinburgh finishes with the swoop and the scoop. Leilani had 15 on Saturday, but the North gets things going with Rio Linda's Tony Gutierrez. She also had 15, but the South leads 19-6 after 1. Second quarter, the multi-sport star Zakia ABDUL-AZEEM from Fortune finishing strong in the paint. And then for the North, these two were going at it in the Sac Joaquin Section Championship game. Now Cass Craig of Bear River and Ellie Gunter of Valley Christian working a nice 2-man game together. Another Bear River Bruin, Chrissy Kelly, caught fire in this game. This is one of 5 3-pointers for Miss Kelly, but the South kept pouring it on. Zakia ABDUL-AZEEM cleans up the offensive glass for a team-high 16 points and 1, and the South is in cruise control as Pioneers' Olivia Gill puts on the finishing touches. South wins 67-47. With 19 points, Bear River's Chrissy Kelly was the North's MVP, while Zakia ABDUL-AZEEM took the honors for the South.
Coming into Fortune 10th grade, it was coming back from COVID, so it was a lot. Trying to get back in shape, from eating all that junk food and stuff like that. So just to everybody to see my hard work throughout the 2 years that I've been at that school and then just get nominated for the All-Star Senior Game, it really meant a lot to me because that means everybody was seeing my talent and saw how hardworking I was during the seasons that I was at Fortune.
All right, we head to the boys' small schools game where Bradshaw Christian's Josh O'Neill got off to a hot start in the first on his way to a team-high 17 for the South. But check out 12 Bridges big man Jacob Gilchrist. The UC Davis commit stops and pops and gets the 3 to drop, nothing but net for the Raging Rhino. Cordova's Amir Sabir had his outside shot working as well on Saturday. 11 all-star points for Sabir, but this man led all scorers. Kenneth Brown of Mira Loma going hard in the paint for 2 of his 21. But it's just a 2-point game after 1. In the second, North trying to separate. Kobe Wesley of Leroy Green Academy, the NPAC MVP, gets the and 1. And then down below, another and 1, this one courtesy of Sac Waldorf's Elijah Newhouse. The North goes up by 7 at the half. Third quarter, Rosemont's Ahmad Ellis goes up and gets this rebound and puts it back for 2 of his 6 points. But on the other end, center's Terrell Reed feeds Elijah Newhouse, who finished with 16. And then another center Cougar, Emmanuel Sims, putting some English on this finish. The North wins 80-69. Josh O'Neill of Bradshaw Christian is the South MVP. And with 16 points, Jacob Gilchrist of 12 Bridges is your North MVP.
Coming out of 12 Bridges, people don't think it's that great of a school. They're like, hey, that's the school where Gilly goes. But really being a pioneer, trailblazer, making it out, putting 12 Bridges on the map. It's a new school. So playing for Coach Ash, had a lot of fun. I love to represent 12 Bridges. Love the school, great school.
Up next is the girls' large schools game. Plenty of firepower on both sides. Here we go. The South gets off to a hot start as Franklin's Olivia Nicholas pops a corner 3. But on the other end, here's a familiar sight. Michelle Rice to her Antelope teammate Isabella Azzolino. That has to please Titan fans everywhere, but the South leads 15-9 after 1. Second quarter, Lincoln's Maya Hodge with the gold shoes. 12 points for the Fighting Zebra. And then Oak Ridge's Jessica Cronell with the and 1. She finished in double figures, and the North is starting to make a run. And here comes Del Oro's Shaylin Perry from outside. It's tough to beat a team full of SFL players. But, we did a story on Kaya Foster of Christian Brothers earlier this year, and her comeback journey culminates in an all-star selection. This is one of her 2 triples on Saturday. We go to the third now. Isabella Azzolino goes for 10 of her 17 points in the second half. But the South is still fighting. Vista Del Lago's Ursula Chen feeds Chidera Okoye of St. Francis. And then here comes Jakayla Gilmer of Vanden on the break all by her lonesome, taking on the whole team for her only bucket. But the North would pull away late. Rockland's Ayla Caston beats the final buzzer, one of 4 players in double figures for the North, who wins 62-49. Chidera Okoye of St. Francis had 13 to win the South MVP, and Isabella Azolino of Antelope didn't even know this game existed, but she wins the North MVP.
Didn't know about it. I heard that my past teammates at Antelope played, but it was my first time here, and I actually had a teammate with me, Michelle. So it was fun. It was a good environment. I loved it. Playing with all these new girls, getting to have that chemistry with them, it was cool.
And now for the main event on Saturday, the boys' large schools game. The North and South rosters were absolutely stacked with talent. We get things started in the first with Wood Creek's Aiden Triplett. You know, you can't spell triplet without triple, and that's Aiden's specialty. And this is Tyler Rattler's specialty, beating his man off the dribble and getting to the hoop. 8 points for the Sheldon point guard. Now here comes 6'10" Tallis Toure of West Park for the baseline jam. Look out below. And then Christian Brothers' Xander Irving-ROMERO was lethal from outside for the South. 4 triples for X on Saturday. Still in the first half, Toure looking for Granite Bay's Davis Abel, who would go on to win the North MVP with 15 points on Saturday. But check out the Delta League MVP, Jaden Woodard of Sheldon, twisting and turning on his way to 21 points, a whirling dervish if I've ever seen one. And here comes the flying Hawaiian, Kainoa Marasco of Rockland. All 8 of his points came in the first half. Now here's the only 209 product in the game. Caden Ward of St. Mary's hits a 3, but just wait until you see what he did later. Closing seconds of the first half, Toure from outside this time, giving the North a 1-point lead at the break. Man, he's become the standard bearer for this West Park basketball program. In the third, this game was played at Sacramento High School, so you know the Lone Dragon representative, Kendall Hearn, was going to show out. A big tomahawk jam right here. And then check out this move. He puts his defender on ice, steps back and buries the 3. An ice-cold move from the future Ivy Leaguer. And speaking of cold step backs, check out Jay Washington from Cosumnes Oaks. The one-man Wolfpack had all 13 of his points in the second half, but this next play just shut the whole gym down. Caden Ward of St. Mary's might want to find a safe house or a relative nearby. Lay low for a little while because he's probably wanted for murder. He posterizes a 6'10" dude and one. Caden Ward. That type of stuff will put someone in a psychiatric ward. There's really no need to show you any more highlights after that. The South wins 128-97. Ward was the MVP with 22, none louder than what you just saw.
I had it planned out like the whole game. Everybody was saying like, since he's 16, I gotta go try to dunk on him. They knew I was like the bounciest player in practice, so I knew if I just drove right that I was just gonna punch it on him.
So you kind of spoke it into existence.
Yeah, yeah, I did for sure.